Srimad Bhagavatam 558 Pumsahasriya Mituni Bhavametan Tayo Mito Hridaya Granti Mahu Tato Grahachetra Sutata Vitai Janasya Mohoyam Ahamameti Pumsaha of a male, Striyaha of a female, Mituni Bhavam, attraction for sexual life, Etam, this, Tayoho, of both of them, Mitaha, between one another, Hridaya Granthim, the knot of the heart, Ahu, therefore, Ataha, thereafter, Graha, by whom, Kshetra, field, Sundar, children, Apta, relatives, with a hail, and by birth, Janasya, of the living being, Moha, illusion, I am this, Aham, I, Mama, mine, Iti, thus. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the heart of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. This way, one increases life's illusion and thinks in terms of I and mine. This is form. On the attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the heart of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusion and thinks in terms of I and mine. Taught by Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sex serves as the natural attraction between man and woman. And when they are married, their relationship becomes more involved. Due to the entangling relationship between man and woman, there's a sense of illusion whereby one thinks this is my husband or this woman is my wife. This is called Hridaya Kranti, the heart knot in the heart. This knot is very difficult to undo, even though a man and woman separate either for the principles of varnashram or simply to get divorced. In any case, the man always thinks of the woman and the woman always thinks of the man. As a person becomes materially attached to family, property and children, although all these are temporary. The possessor unfortunately identifies with his property and wealth. Sometimes even after renunciation, one becomes attached to a temple or to a few things that constitute the property of a sannyasi. But such attachment is not as strong as family attachment. Attachment to family is the strongest illusion. In the Satya Samhita it is stated, Brahmadya, Yakya Valkyadya, Uchyante Stri Sahi Sahinaha, Bhojante kecha naitesham vishesham cha vidu. Sometimes it is found among exalted personalities like Lord Brahma that the wife and children are not a curse of bondage. On the contrary, their wife actually helps further spiritual life and liberation. Nonetheless, most people are bound by the knots of a martial relationship and consequently they forget their relationship with Krishna. Omagyanatimirandasya Pranamyanashulakaya Chakshodam Militamyanandasme Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Pitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadama Yadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sabagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Shadvitam Sabhutam Varjanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Shri Shadamitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaro Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Gadadhar Shivasati Gaurabhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So thank you very much for joining us in the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we'll continue reading this verse. Dev is pointing out how sex life, as you heard yesterday, is very detrimental for spiritual advancement. In fact, if you recollect the verses, the second verse in this series was condemning women association. They associate with the sadhu, you what? Where you go? Nowhere. Sadhu association goes where? Do you remember the verse? What is it? What is that verse that says that? You remember? You don't remember. Hello? What do you remember? Do you remember? This is the verse. Mahatsevam dwaram aho vimuktes tamodwaram yositam sangi sangam. There's two lines. Yes? Hello? So, serving the devotees, you get liberated. And if you engage in sense gratification, primarily associating with women or men found of women, then you are going to tamo dwaram. Dwaram means what? Gate. Dwaram means what? And tamo dwaram means the gate to. These two lines. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said the same thing, right? What is that verse? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Asat Sangatya E Vaishnavacha Stri Sangi Eka Asadu Krishna Abhakta are. Again, two lines. We have to give up the association of Asat Sangha. Devotee business is to disassociate from Asat Sangha. And what is Asat Sangha? He qualifies that. Stri Sangi, association with women. Eka, you become Asadu. By the association of women, you become Asadu. And Krishna Abhakta, you won't become a devotee of Krishna. You see this point? So now today's verse, it elaborates how this association is very entangled. You understand? Of all attachment in the material world, nothing is overwhelmingly conditioning than association with. Where is that verse?
11, 14 time. 11, 14 time.
The third canto. 3, 30, 31. 331. Hello?
37.
47. 37. Which one? 37 or 47?
37.
The infatuation and bondage which accrue to a man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as that resulting from attachment to a woman or to a fellowship of men who are found of women. So the attachment, there are many attachments. Somebody is attached to playing, you know, drinking, or somebody is doing gambling, somebody is doing so many things, yes. But nothing is more concrete, complete as attachment to woman's attachment seals one's what? Material life. It what? Seals one material. Okay? Again, the same thing is also illustrated in this point. 11,
14 time.
14 what? 30. So here the same thing. Natasya bhavat klesho. Klesho means difficulty. Bandhascha anye prashangatah. Again, yoshit sanga yataha pumsho. Yatatat sangi sangatah. See? Of all kinds of suffering and bondage arising from various attachments, None is greater than the suffering and bondage arising from attachment to women or from intimate contact with those attached to women. You see how Krishna has designed the whole material, what? Entanglement. You understand? So you see how this is why brahmachari life, they are trained. The whole brahmachari course is to explain how the dangers are sex life. See? Dangers are, right? You know? What is that verse? Brahmachari, Gurukule, where? Before that, there's one in 6 what? Tapasya, Brahmachari, no? Huh? 6 1. So here in this verse, you see the Brahmachari life. 130, yeah? 1 3. This is the first class tapa, brahmachari. The life of celebrity has 8 aspects. 1, should not think of women. You see, why this thing has been introduced? Because this is the, what as we explained, brings you the greatest misery. And this attachment completely takes you away from spiritual life. See that point? So the number one thing is, first, you should not think of women. Should not? Second, speak about sex life. Uh, Third, dally with women. Look lustfully at women. Talk intimately with women. Or decide to engage in sexual intercourse. Nor should one endeavor for sex life or engage in sex life. One should not even think of women or look at them, to say nothing of talking with them. This is called first class brahmachari. You see, these are the training. You understand? The training is to avoid completely women. The training is not to co-education. What is that? Nowadays, what do you have that? School? If you put fire and butter together, what happens? This butter of mine never melt, Prabhu. I have very strong butter. What? What? It melts. Butter and fire never melt. Hello? What? Because I made in Singapore. I never melt. Is that possible? So butter and fire, it will melt. Whatever butter you put, the fire will melt. Correct? So women are like what? Fire. And men are like? So the number one spiritual life, when you say spiritual life, means training. And the number one training is to teach how to stop this program of sex. That's why association with women is forbidden. It is forbidden. It is not at all sanctioned. It is not. Because as we read, the infatuation of women association brings about bondage and Krishna we read, bondage and misery. Bondage and misery. Now why there is misery? How come? I mean, you go to enjoy with the women, it's fun what? Huh? They talk very nicely. Hello? See here, there's very nice the words here. Pratam Priyaya Anukampitaha. Very nice word. Talking Priyaya. Is it the word? You know, Priyaya means what? Enjoyable. Yes. Right? How can a person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart, been always filled with their pictures, give up their association? Especially a wife is always very kind and sympathetic. Hello? Isn't that? The wife is not kind and sympathetic. Hello?
Not always, Guru.
Huh?
Not always.
Not always. A good spot. He says in the Shastra, when your wife is not speaking very sweetly and this, then it's a good chance to leave home. You know, this is an advice by who? Chanakya Pandit. You understand? When the wife is not speaking sweetly, what is that verse? Prabhupada lectures, and I don't think it's in the Bhagavatam. Prabhupada quote this in the Chanakya Pandit. You know? Huh?
Arya Chapriya Bhagini.
Chanakya Pandit said this. Prabhupada told it.
You can search Aranyam Kena Gantavya.
Huh?
Aranyam Kena Gantavya.
Aranyam tata gantavyam. I don't think it will be
6:14:40 perpendicular.
6:14.
6:14:40.
6:14:40. Here, this was, you see, Mata yasya graha nasti, Bharya cha priya cha apriya vadini aranyam tena gantavyam yataranyam tata graham. A person who has no mother at home, whose wife does not speak sweetly, should go to the forest. Hello? Which forest you want to go? Mandai, here, Mandai forest.
After that, I can put in Mandai.
For such a person, living at home and living in the forest are equal. So you see how the Shastra is so, perfect. Because the attraction, the woman speaking very sweetly, taking care. Yes. And always pleases a husband in a solitary place. What is that? That's sex life, isn't it? Solitary place means what? Huh? Your mind, always runs to the woman. Correct? When you are alone, what do you start doing? Oh, sex life. Huh? What's wrong with sex life? Love? Nothing wrong. What happened? Huh? I think it's 11:19, is it? 11:19, Krishna says that sex life bring about greatest misery. Of course, it's also there in that verse, famous verse. Huh? What is that verse? The Maitunam. Huh? 7:9:45. So this is the famous verse. You see here in this verse, Yan Maitunadi Grahameri Sukam Hey Tucham. There's Sukam and there's Tucham. Sukam and Tucham means what? Sukam means happiness, but Tucham means insignificant. The sex life brings about happiness which is very uh, insignificant. But you see the word Kandu Yanena Karayo He Dukkha Dukkam. You know, you study in mathematics, square means what? Square means what? Double. Times together more, right? Right or not? I mean, all the mathematics, I mean, sure did that. You put a, what? A square, correct? A square means what? Intense, double, correct? So here, dukkha, in Sanskrit, dukkha and dukkam, that means dukkha square. What is dukkha square?
2 times 5 7 5 times 5.
Plus, no, minus and minus become plus. That means dukkha dukkha becomes sukham. Yeah? Is it? It means it's terrible. It is what? Terrible. Pain. Terrible what? Pain. And then again, tripayanti neha. It doesn't become happy. Tripa means satisfaction, right? Tripayanti means satisfaction. Neha means what? No satisfaction. And instead of developing good qualities of a Brahmana, he becomes what? Kripana means what? Miser. See, everything in this verse doesn't support. Bahu, dukkha bhaja. Again, bahu means what? A lot of what? See, how many times here it is said, dukkha, dukkam, dukkha, but bahu dukkha. Huh? Kandutvena manusijam visheheta dira. Now the word dira. The word dira means he does not want to get into this. He does not want. You understand? Huh? Here, again, in another place, in this place here, Krishna is also advising, what's his name, Uddhava. Huh? Anyway, we'll read this for those people who don't know the translation, we'll go through. Sex life is compared to the rubbing of two hands to relieve an itch. Brahmanis, so-called grahasthas who have no spiritual knowledge, think that this itching is the greatest platform of happiness, although actually it is also distress. The Kripanas, the fools who are just all three the Brahmanas are not satisfied by repeated sensual enjoyment. Those who are Dhira, however, who are sober and who tolerate this itching are not subject to the suffering of food and rasa. So, in other words, misery, it brings about misery. And this is also confirmed here by Lord Krishna. Again, you see here, Real happiness is to transcend material happiness and unhappiness. And real misery is to be implicated in searching for such pleasure. See this point here? Real misery is to be implicated in searching for sex pleasure. This confirming again, Bahu Dukkha, Dukkha. Now, today's class, it is explaining how this thing is going about in creating these miseries. You understand? How this goes? Because we didn't finish that just now. Who could give up the association of such dear and affectionate wife? Small children talk in broken language, very pleasing to hear, and their affectionate father always thinks of their sweet words. How could he give up the association? One's elderly parents and one's sons and daughters are also very dear. A daughter especially dear to a father. While living at her husband's house, she is always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this, in household affairs, there are many there are many decorated items of household furniture, and there are also animals and servants. Who could give up such comforts? The attached householder is like a silkworm which weaves a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned, unable to get out, simply for the satisfaction of two important senses, the genitals and the thumb, who is bound by material condition. How can he escape? So you see this point here. This verse explains the what danger of this attachment. You understand? Because once you get connected, that is very difficult to come out. In fact, Prahlad Maharaj also said it's like falling into a uh, dark well. When you fall in some well, you can keep crying. Nobody can come and save you. There's no way you keep crying and nobody can hear you. Understand? Hitva, what is that? Andakupam. What is it? Hitva what? Hitva Atmapatam. Anda? Anda Kupam. Anda means blind. Kupam means hole. Blind means deep well. You cannot come out. See? So you see how it goes systematically, The attachment for women, the first thing that today it explained is that the heart becomes knotted. Hridaya, Granthi. Hridaya means heart, Granthi means knot. So the attachment with woman completely what? Locks up the heart. As you see, always they draw the picture of the heart. No? Very loving. Huh? Yeah? The heart, two things, right? What is that? Yes? Yes? No. And you can see the picture of the heart is so much, that is called Hridaya Granthi, knotted. Now what happened with this knotted heart? How does it develop materially? Because when you say stri in Sanskrit, stri means one who expands materially. Understand? That's the meaning of stri, one who expands. Right? First, as you are brahmachari, you only got nothing in there. You got only, maybe not even a bag. You just got some cloth. That's it. The moment you get into the women and big house. First thing is what? Ato, graha, house. House what? Nothing inside. Nothing in the house. Only two popins and two dhotis. Correct? Yeah, things materially what? Increases. Then what? Huh? What do you get? Graha, Kshetra. Then you have to go work. You can sleep every day at home. Can't. Huh? You think? I think we have a drama. We had a drama actually. We had a drama. We do this drama very often. The Brahmana and the Kopin. Do you know the drama? You don't know. Hello. Go and buy some Kopin. Then put the drama on. So the what's his name? The Brahmana. He had one Kopin drying. That one Kopin drying. And then the mouse was coming and eating his Kopin. So he went to his guru and asked, what to do? This mouse is disturbing. You understand? Why, problem? Then the guru advised him, you get a cat, no? The cat will drive away the mouse and then your coffin can drive. Yes? So he got one cat. Right? So the cat was keeping away the mouse. But as he was doing his meditation, the cat started meowing. So what is this meowing problem? So he went to the guru and asked what to do. The guru said, oh, are you feeding the cat? No, cat must feed her. He said, yeah. What to feed? Milk. Where to get milk? You must get milk from a cow. So from the cat, he got a cow. Right? And then the cow was producing the milk, he was giving the cat, and the cat was keeping the mouse away, and his coffin was drying just for his coffin. And then the cow, he was meditating, and the cow was moving. I said, come on, what is the problem? Then he went back and asked again for advice. And he was told, cow means you must send to graze and must get the what? Cow to eat, and then you must milk, and then yeah. Well, how to do that? I have no time. Oh, you have no time. Okay, I've got this young girl, you marry her. You marry her and she will look after the cow. Yeah? Hello? So he married the girl. And then actually the story started, the guru, he left him in the ashram and told him to look after the ashram. Then this other person who's giving advice, he's not the guru, but somebody else. So the guru was seeing ashram and everything. So then when he got married, then the wife, yes, she looked after the cow. And because she's the wife, he got children. Huh? And then he was meditating, she threw the, what do you call it? The plates and what meditation? You go and get work, we have to eat. And his entanglement became overwhelmed. And then one day the guru came back and he saw what happened to his ashram. He became a big house. Children playing. What kind of ashram is this? You understand the moral of this story? Huh? That is what? Graha, Kshetra, Sutta Apta, with a plow, get money, randa, whole thing became finished. We used to do drama of this. You saw our drama. Did you see? Huh? Very nice drama. But it's not drama, this is real drama. Yeah? Yes? How you get entangled? You understand? This entanglement is so overwhelming. You see, I was showing this verse on Friday class. It is a very appropriate verse. You see here, because when you pursue this material life, When you pursue material life, that goes into this dharma, cha arte, cha kame cha. So this is what material life is all about. Dharma, artha, kama. Correct? Yes or no? Hello? That is because when the Hridaya Granthi is going, then dharma comes in, artha comes in, kama comes in. Yes. Then you see, yada so pari nistitaha gunam sanikar shoyam. You see this last line. Shraddha rati dana vaha. Dana avaha. Avaha means acquiring, you know. So you see now the word Shraddha rati. So if you go in this way, you are going to get attracted to your, there's some faith, there's some attraction, and you also trying to acquire wealth. Of course, this is according to your guna, mode of nature. You understand? So this path brings you in this line. Now the same thing you see here. Association with devotees, satam prasanga mama virya samvido vajanti karma rasayana kataha tajosnadasva apavarga vartmani siddharati bhakti again. Siddha, rati, and this time the word is bhakti, anukramishyati. You get Shraddha, you get Bhakti, Rati, but this time you are not getting Dhanavaha. You are getting what? Bhakti. How is that happening? By association with devotees. But if you don't associate with devotees, then you associate with what? In that so-called Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. In that platform you go, you're going to get only faith, yeah. And you get attraction, but for what? For material wealth. See, that's why Sutta, Apta, Vitai. Vitai means money. How to get money? You understand? You see how the conditioning? And of course, we know money is the cause of all problem, cause of all evil. Yes, yes. Huh? So you see how dangerous this whole program is. Hmm? If you are always thinking of wealth, if you are always thinking of wealth, then what is the outcome of this wealth thinking? What is the outcome of thinking of money all the time? I have shown this verse a million times. What is that happens if you get money? Huh? Money is very difficult to keep. It's very, where is that verse? That money is very difficult to keep. Hello? Money is very difficult to keep. Where is that verse? Wealth is a perpetual source of distress. Does it say happiness here? Wealth is a perpetual source of. It is most difficult to acquire and is virtual death for the soul. Therefore, what satisfaction does one actually gain from wealth? Similarly, how can one enjoy any genuine happiness from these things that are gained? or maintained by one's hard-earned money, such as home, children, relatives, domestic animals, since they are all temporary. Again, same. Garha Kshetra, Sutta Apta, Vitahi. This has to be maintained with what? Hard-earned money. And it is a perpetual source of distress. Hello? Huh? Yes? No money. House can run without money? Huh? Can? Cannot. Yes, you see how it's so appropriate. And is it the beginning line? Same thing. Accepting the roles of male and female in human society, the conditioned soul unite in sexual relationship. Thus, they constantly make material endeavors to eliminate their unhappiness and unlimitedly increase their pleasure. But one should see that inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. In other words, their happiness inevitably vanish. And as they go older, the material discomfort increases. So this is why it's so bad. See, another interesting point in today's world is that when you get into all this, yeah, suffering is one thing. That is a fact. You cannot say you'll be happy either for getting money or for children. Hello? If they are not properly trained, what they'll become? Vanna Sankara. Mess. Is it not? Hello? It is a what? Mess. Sutta after with a money, I just explained how money is so dangerous. Now all this thing is miserable. But what is the main thing that is more miserable? Is that it takes you into a conditioning stage where you start thinking of in terms of what? Me, I and. Now what's wrong in thinking I and mine? What is wrong? What is wrong there? Hello? What is wrong in thinking I am mine? Everybody is thinking, animals also thinking, this is my territory, this is my, is it not? Hello? So what is wrong? What is wrong in that? Don't know. Huh? You become miser. Yes. You won't become detached. You becoming my means what? You possess, correct? It becomes very, what about I? What about I? This is my. Then it becomes that you are coming to the platform of becoming a karmi. Becoming because you attach to so many things. And I, what is the meaning of I? Huh? This I denotes that we become what? I am the doer, I am the Lord, I am God. Huh? You understand? This I gives you that kind of in other words, mind conditions you to karma yoga and I conditions you to jnana yoga. Both are dangerous. Both are, because what? You cannot understand who is God. When you are in the Maya and I platform, you cannot understand that everything is belonging to Krishna. Right? You cannot. Right? You understand? So why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, huh? When you go to this platform and you don't understand that everything belongs to God, aham he sarva yajnanam, bhokta cha prabhu eva cha, Na tu mam abhijanante tattvena chavanti te. I explained this many times. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifice. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. So this Maya and I platform is so dangerous that it makes you what? Conditioned to repeated birth and death. You understand? Because it makes you forget that the real owner of everything is who? Krishna. Bhoktaram yagya atapasham sarvaloke maheshwaram suhedam sarvabhutanam gyantva santim mam princhati. See, you get what? Happiness, you get peace. Because you are connected to Krishna. But when you disconnect, then you cannot get that happiness, you cannot get that peace. In your condition to what? Repeated birth and death. Fall down. You see how it goes. Yes? So dangerous. You understand? This Maya and I platform brings you away from God consciousness. That's why the training, the brahmachari training, what is the training? No women. No. Cannot even see, think, this, that, associate. Why? Because it makes you train you to become detached. Because if you become attached, you see all the consequences that unfold. Yes, correct. So now the next question, Prabhu, very nice you're saying this. Now I am in the household, what should I do? What is sannyas? I think your wife will come after you. Big crowd. Huh? You married? You married? Can you tell your wife, call her now and say, I'm taking sannyas. Can? Can? Not practical. Correct? So what to do, tell me? And hope for the best. Is that what to do? Huh? So the solution is that this is the solution. Grahasva avisatam chapi pumsa kushala karmanam matvartayita ya yamanam na bhanda grahamataha. This is the solution. Those who are engaged in auspicious activities in devotional service certainly understand that the ultimate enjoyer, beneficiary of all activities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, when one acts, he offers the result of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and passes life always engaged in topics of the Lord. Even though such a person may be participating in family life, he is not affected by the result of his action. Do you understand? In other words, you have to become Krishna conscious. And how to become Krishna conscious? Engaging in topics of the Lord. How to do that? How to do this? Hello? Huh? How to do this? How to do this? Have to associate with the yes? See here, the process of chanting the holy name of the Lord is so powerful that by this chanting, even householders, grihasthas, can very easily attain the ultimate result achieved by persons in the renounced order. Maharaj Yudhishthira has now explained to you the process of religion. So the other thing is to what? Especially householders. The process of chanting the holy name of the Lord is so powerful that by this chanting, even householders can very easily get the ultimate result achieved by persons in the renounced order. Yeah?
Yes.
So the solution is the what? Chanting. And chanting and what? Narada Muni replied, my dear king, those who stay at home as householders must act to earn their livelihood. And instead of trying to enjoy the results of their work themselves, they should offer the result to Krishna and Vasudeva. How to satisfy Vasudeva in this life can be perfectly understood through the association of great devotees of the Lord. Okay? Grahastha must. The word here, Grahastha must associate again and again with saintly person. And with great respect, he must hear the nectar of the activities of the Supreme Lord and his incarnation of these activities is described in Srimad Bhagavatam and other Puranas. Thus, one should gradually become detached from affection for his wife and children, exactly like a man awakening from a dream. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Brahmin, yes, he wanted to leave, you stay at home, you chant Hare Krishna, and you read the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, and you preach. Jare deka, tahe kaha, Krishna upadesh. See? So you have to take advantage of this. And association, because you see the temple is here, correct? You find yourself making advancement by coming here? No.
Yes.
See? So why? Because you are hearing, first thing, knowledge. Secondly, you are what? Engaging, associating, and engaging in service. Right? This is all very important. So by doing that, our mind will become Krishna conscious. So this is the solution. It is not that we put our hand up and surrender. No, we have to do this. Chanting, associating, and hearing. Right? So this is why it is says attraction for householder life is very detrimental. It's very because it brings about all this counterproductive, what do you call that? Attachment produce some counterproductive elements to condition us to thinking away from Krishna. You understand? Our whole idea is to become Krishna conscious. But the classic example is shown in the case of Ajamil. He fell down very badly with the prostitute. So much so that even at the advanced age of 80 years old, he was having a child. Huh? You see how? So much attachment. course, but some good karma, he managed to remember Narayan and he put the son's name in. But how many of us can become like that? Hello? Very difficult. That's why we need the association to help us, purify us, and we'll make progress. Then you come here, you also chanting at home. I didn't say you're not. But you chanting here and chanting at home is same. Huh? Same.
Different.
Huh?
Different.
Yes. This is to be understood. Association of the Buddha is so essential. That you will slacken the attachment for family and wife, etc. And again, you will revive your constant meditation on how to become detached. Otherwise, very, very difficult. Extremely difficult, it says. Extremely cannot come out. Cannot. Falling in the dark well. Yes? Any question?
So, this seems like a very good trap placed by Krishna, and that most of the people fall into it. Why did Krishna make a woman?
Because we asked for it. Krishna made it because you asked for it. He told you, don't go, don't do it. But you didn't listen. Who to be blamed? Krishna or us? Hello? And then not only that, you're supposed to go to Gurukul, correct? And the teacher will tell you again, hey, don't do. Goes again. Yeah. So then who to be blamed? All the time Krishna is giving advice about the danger of this. Who's listening? Who? So who to be blamed? Because this karma and krodha are our enemies. Krishna says, correct? Huh? Kama esha, krodha esha, correct? It is our enemy. But we never listen. Why? Because the moment we get into a women, our mind gets what? Bewildered. We get what? That's why it's so dangerous. Bewildered. No, 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 no. My wife is not like all these other women. My wife is an angel. Hello? Yeah? No, no, my wife is different. She's chanting Prabhu. And when you come to temple, why you have to go to temple all the time? Correct? You see, huh? Yes. First thing I noticed that happens, you never wake up in the morning. Huh? Correct? What happened? As a brahmachari, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and all. The moment you get out of the... Correct? Yes? Because the moment you cannot wake up in the morning, then everything is what? All the bad qualities will develop, one after the other. Attachment will increase. Right? And then two choice. Either you want to come here or you want to stay at home. If you stay at home, no fighting. You come out, fighting. Again another problem, yeah? Yes. You see now, completely what? God. Understand? It's very difficult ashram. Very what? You understand now? Why? For us to learn. This is why Krishna has created this situation for us to what? Learn how dangerous. You ask all the householders, Prabhu, my householder life is so good. Anyone can say? Anyone can say it? Can. Mine is best, Prabhu. Huh? Hello? Very, very what? Entangling. I also know, I also was an householder. You understand? You are doing devotional service. I repeat again, we are doing devotional service through the wife. You understand? Not through the guru. We are doing it through the. I must check with my wife, Prabhu, whether can or cannot. Yes or no? Huh? That means what? Who's the guru? Who's the guru? Hello? Who? Must they get sanctioned? Yes, many things they have got. Especially we have seen a donation. No, I asked my wife. No, I confirm with my wife, then I'll give you. Correct? Yes? So you see how the whole thing, very entangling. Because you may subconsciously not understand, but it is there. You follow? So that's why I have to associate with devotees to get the strength. Because if you see another thing, if you simply go like this, huh, then your association nobody want to take. Because you play things in the hand of a woman. That's even dangerous. You understand? Very big problem. Then you start finding fault. Huh? You start criticizing devotees. One thing after another. Then you will be fall down. Yes. Say association with women so dangerous. Right? There's a word actually on that point. You know? Do you know where is that? Hmm? It is here, you see. See here. This is why it's so dangerous. He gives his heart and senses to a woman who falsely charms him with mind. He enjoys solitarily embraces and talking with her and is enchanted by the sweet words of the small children. You see, when they get entangled, this is what happens. The attached householder remains in his family life, which is full of diplomacy, huh, politics, and constantly spreading miseries. This is the program. Hello? Yes or no? Restricted in his acts of self gratification, he acts just to counteract his misery. And if he can successfully counteract such misery, he thinks that he's happy. Huh? What is that? Diplomatic, correct? Oh, this person like this, that person like this. So many gossip. Yes or no? Hello? You talking Srimad Bhagavatam with your wife? Huh? You sit down and you talk Bhagavatam? Hello? Hello? What? Parichit Vacho. Huh? What? Oh, you see how dangerous it is. Full of diplomacy and politics. What is politics? Politics is what? talking good of someone, bad of somebody, trying to adjust, So this is politics. Yes. So terrible. That's all you can do. That's why it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. Because our Vaishnava, our heart should be what? Should not have this diplomacy, politics, Correct? Yes or no? And in order to go to Krishna, this Kutinati, Puja, Pratishta, all this bad politics. You understand? Hello? That's why there's another why there's a reason associating with what? Women brings about all this kind of condition. That's why the man has to be very, very strong. The man is supposed to be in the mode of purified goodness, so then he can bring his wife along. Just like we read the story about Malaya Dwaja, correct? Bhagavatam we read, no? He was a saintly king, and his wife what? Followed him, and he went back, and she went back. That's because he was very strong. So that is why the brahmachari training is so essential. It trains the person to be very, very fully attached. That's why that one verse in the purport, no? Sometimes the house and wife is not a problem. Why? Because the husband is very Krishna conscious, so he can. You understand? If he is weak, then what happens? Very big problem. Ah, you understand why Krishna meant this? You understand now? Because lust is the disease of the heart. Lust is the disease of the, yes. And if you don't satisfy your lust, then what you do? You're going to be a big problem. You're going to get anger. Anger cannot satisfy. Go to what? Greed. And then enviness. Then you become what? Illusion. And then finally you become what? Crazy. You become crazy. That's why lust must be satisfied. Huh? So, yes. But the main thing is to give up the lust. How to give up the lust? How? How to give up the lust? You must come to the mode of purified goodness. There's another verse also. How lust is given up. What is that verse? 10 what? Disease of the heart. Kama ritrogam. See the word here, ritrogam. Kama ritrogam. Isn't it? Kama is the disease of the heart. Okay? Anyone who faithfully hears or describes the Lord's playful affairs with the young gopis of Vrindavan will attain the Lord's pure devotional service. Thus he will quickly become sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart. The only way to get purified is by hearing about Krishna. The moment you keep Krishna, then this karma is Devi Esa Gunamaya Mamamaya Mameva Prapadyante Mamayatam. So to bring in Krishna is the solution. But when you have all these things in the heart, the woman, the attachment, the family, and all, then how to bring Krishna inside? That's why association is required. association. Otherwise, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult, especially if you are staying in that environment. Very conditioned. Any other questions? Is there a question in the thing? Oh, so many people there. What is that?